Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Like we know, these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
Now here's Wade. Tipped away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Bird. Jordan looking around. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from Jordan. Robertson right side. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the three. And now the latest from our reporter David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Caught up with Coach Michael Malone. The challenge is slowing down Joel Embiid. Asked Coach what the game plan was. He said with Embiid, you know he's going to get to the line. You know he's going to get his. Our goal is to keep him away from the basket. If we get him settling for jumpers, that's a win for us. Let's see if they can force him to become a shooter in this one. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Wade left side. Puts the move on. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Wade's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Toronto. Pass to Embiid. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Inside. Here's Bird. The layup missed.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Warriors foul. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Personal foul.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
He hits both from the stripe.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Jordan. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And here is Jordan. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
Oh, my goodness. The creativity, the athleticism of Michael Jordan.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And here are the Warriors now. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Now, here is George. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. He takes it in. And George with the stuff.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. And Embiid throws it down.
Oof, what a scary sight. Joel Embiid with all that momentum taking it to the hoop, looking like a freight train.
Now here's Wade. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Count that one.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Outside, Jordan. Pass to O'Neal. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
They get it back. Bird way outside. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And Jordan gets it to go.
Yeah, nice timing there on that catch and shoot. Jordan with such a musical rhythm to his game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
.127 left to play in the first quarter. Now McGrady. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Russell. Chamberlain with the rebound. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said, "It's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, you're just out there trying to win." Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Toronto. Leading by 5. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Carter outside. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Pass to Kobe. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Toronto leads by 5. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Carter outside. His three-pointers off the mark. Toronto leading by 5. Kobe with it. Robinson picks him up. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Personal foul.
That's on David Robinson. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Now here's Kobe after the miss by Oscar Robertson. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good by Kobe.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Nice shot by Robertson.
In the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
Here's Frazier. Up again. It's good on the putback. Vikings got the lead up to 9 now for Toronto.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Robertson with it. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Toronto leading by 9. Bryant bats a 2-pointer. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Outside, Kobe. Right side, Davis. Back to Kobe. Just 5 to shoot. Kobe getting it done in close.
Inside the paint, Bryant is just as much trouble. He's practically a sure thing from in close.
Giannis drives in. And Davis sends it back. Shot by McGrady. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Toronto.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
They've out-hustled the opponent so far in this one. A lot of points in the open floor, and that's giving them the advantage.
Here's George. A second chance effort. And it's good on the layup. George has got 6. You coached Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They push it up 4 on 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
And it's Wade with the ball for Toronto. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Money in the bank. Gilgeous-Alexander is more than happy to try his luck from that spot.
Pass to Davis. .110 left to play in the first half. 4 on the shot clock. O'Neal inside. Out to Wade. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Substitution for the Warriors. Julius Erving. Luka Doncic.
50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Embiid. 5 to shoot. Here's Doncic. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Oh, nice touch on Luka's mid-range there. The product of a lot of practice time and natural talent.
Back to Wade. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul. Substitution for Toronto. Russell. Walt Frazier.
.24 seconds left in the first half of the game. 6 to shoot. Jordan. Not enough on that one as it misses.
This shot's it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Toronto enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Right back after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing. And what you like there, Jordan never looks like he's rushing. Makes quick, solid decisions.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. A 17-foot shot on the way. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Warriors foul. Oscar Robertson. Second personal foul. First team foul.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. The shot by Wade, no good.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 7. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Giannis has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And you can see the growing confidence that Giannis has in that mid-range.
Tries the spin move. Bryant, that's a 2-pointer. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Shot's good from Bird.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open beyond the arc. Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage. So an adjustment was made. The fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After Dwayne Wade's miss.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drives, something to admire.
Outside for Kobe. To the inside. Here's Wade. It's hauled in by Bird. And it's the Warriors' ball. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy. But a rally like this is how you do it.
Both teams deciding to change it up. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Left side, Kobe. Baseline jumper. Robinson pulls it in. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Here's Chamberlain. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, there is no quit in this team. Making up for that slow start with great composure and determination.
Driving the lane. That one good for 2. McGrady's got his second basket of the night. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answer. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
Defensive foul.
How about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
Now, here is McGrady. What a terrific move that was. McGrady's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's Carter. Lays it up and banks it in. Carter's got the lead up to 2 now for the Warriors.
And whatever it was at halftime worked because their offense far more effective here in the second. They finally found some sets that are working for them.
And they'll get another chance. A shot by McGrady, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here is Carter. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
And we've reached the end of the third.
41.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And so it's Wade. He'll bring it up for Toronto. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Luka Doncic.
I like seeing Wade challenge the defense on the attack, forcing the issue there and drawing the foul.
And Wade drops them both. And here is Doncic. Pass to Carter. Outside Robinson. Lock at 6. Russell with the block.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Toronto trailing. Now Wade. And the layup falls. Wade's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he'll free up more space for himself on the perimeter with buckets like that. Wade's smart to get to work inside.
Now here is Carter. To the middle. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
Here's Wade. And it goes down 2 points.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Ime Udoka's huddle. Now, with the game in the balance, he had some encouraging words for his team. He said, "This is what we wanted. We thought if we kept it close, we could pull it out. Now let's go out there and do just that." Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Wade. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo to take the lead. Wade can't hit. Robertson with it. Embiid in the corner. Bird outside. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And Toronto has possession. 17 points was their biggest margin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The drive, the willpower of Michael Jordan is on a completely different level. He is competing every second he is on the floor and always looking for any way he can beat you.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From past the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first makes from distance here in the second half.
Here's Wade. Antetokounmpo with the steal. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champ.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain it.
Now, here's Wade. And the layup's good off the glass. And Toronto leads by 2.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second.
Here's Giannis. Shoots from the elbow. And that one swishes right in. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for the Warriors. And it's Michael Malone calling timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Now here's Kobe. 3-pointers. And again, Toronto no up.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And they take the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points this quarter.
And where some feel stressed, Gilgeous-Alexander feels strength. Love the confidence from the young fella.
Now here's Jordan. Knocks it loose. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:39 left in the game. Davis sets a screen. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
The motor of Bryant never stops, even inside where he goes right at the beat.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Kobe. Here's McGrady. 4 on the clock. Good, and the assist goes to Bryant.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Pass to Embiid. Giannis with it. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Now here's Bryant. Driving inside. Yes!
Coming through when it matters most. Kobe thrives under pressure.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Money! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
And we have a timeout called by Michael Malone. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Bryant, high post. Pass to George. McGrady outside. Oh, no good.
Meeting
the defense with power. McGrady holds nothing back and finishes in motion.
Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw.
Well, not a perfect trip to the line, but he gets the one he needed to put them in the driver's seat.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's off as well, so he misses both. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
And here's Robertson outside. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out.
On a different time, like respectfully. I want janitor and grades on my AP. But competition's in the way. I put in the work to put them away. I don't care about the fame. I'm married to the game. Make them respect the name. In love with the clutch like Dane. Ready for fire and rain. Glory comes after pain. It's only me at the gym. I feel like the janitor. It's only me in the stool. I feel like the janitor. When all the lights are dim, I'm like the janitor. For all the work I do, I'm like the janitor. Janitor time. 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 Hear me, I tell you. Some do my thing, chain do my bling. Skip me enemy, them me a little worlding. Camera, action, flame. When we outside, lock down your building. Let me in ya.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. It'll be the Warriors off the tip. Antetokounmpo with it. Grant, one thing these teams have in common, they are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
From deep, Jordan. They get it again. Kicks it to George. Pass to Davis. And here's Jordan. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Oh, man, the balance of muscle Giannis possesses is tremendous. Phenomenal at scoring on physical defenses.
Here's Wade. A top-tier scorer, averaging a little under 25 points a contest.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Toronto shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw is good. Here's Robertson. He's been contributing over 15 a game. Antetokounmpo outside. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. Rebound Toronto. Well, Richard, we know how decorated AD was early on in his career. What can we expect from him moving forward?
Oh, he was getting Defensive Player of the Year and MVP votes back then. If he can get back to that level, he's going to be an absolute focal point for a long time coming.
Gilgeous-Alexander attacking. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist.
And this is Shea's game. Attack, get to the rim, and finish.
Jordan. And he drives in. Good D by Antetokounmpo.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
The fader. And it's Bird missing.
Well, that's what you get when you go for style points with the fadeaway. And look, he paid the price.
Pass to Wade. On the take. Offline with a baseline jumper.
A very sluggish start on offense. 4 attempts with nothing to show for it.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Here's Jordan. And Embiid with the block.
Every year he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. His instincts, that's what makes Embiid outstanding. And his awareness of when to go for the block.
Bird. Off target with the 3.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Pass to Davis. Back to Jordan. O'Neal with it. And he jams it home with authority.
He's just too quick to the cup. No one near him to get postered.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Some changes for Toronto. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka for a minute. I asked him if he thinks anyone has a better feel for the game than Luka Doncic, and he told me, I don't want to get into a comparison, but what I can say is that he controls the pace like no one else. You can't speed him up, you can't slow him down. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Kicks it out to Bryant.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Down low. Oh, deflected. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession.
he clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition or offense.
And then Bryant with the dunk.
Just an incredible display of power. He attacked the rim with both hands.
Most definitely. That was a thunder dunk. Wow. Now here's Doncic. Hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them. Basket's good.
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
Over to the wing. Here's McGrady. And a miss there on the triple.
Grab that one. However, so far they're getting a little out-hustled on the boards.
They recover it. Pass to Chamberlain. Doncic outside.
Defenders have to play Doncic tightly. He knows that and uses the pump fake to his advantage.
These are his first free throws of the game. No good on that one. And he's good on the second. Toronto trails by 6. .41 seconds left in the first quarter. Bryant on the drive. Pass to McGrady. There's the triple. He buries it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Doncic right side. On the wing, Irving. No points yet. Shot clock at 5. And Irving powers it home.
And just a crafty move to get free for the dunk.
Yeah, he's not just trying to score. He's trying to embarrass someone. Here's Bryant. And that concludes the first quarter of play. They lead by 5. Don't go away. We'll be back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Toronto making a switch here.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Bird. Jacks up a 3. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Jordan. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Jordan's got his first basket.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
Antetokounmpo, right side. The fadeaway. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Over his career, Anthony Davis has averaged 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Those are career numbers, Richard.
It's a very short list of players who have done that. Single digit. Pair his scoring with his defensive abilities, and you've got a problem.
And it looks like we've got an injury on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And man, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
And you know it's serious if he's heading to the locker room. It takes a lot to get him out of any game.
Oh, AD just showing off right here.
I'm sorry. It's just so much fun watching AD play that way with that type of power around the rim.
And Giannis powers it down with force.
The beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Toronto trails by 6. Here's Frazier. No points so far. Back to Jordan. 5 on the clock. O'Neal. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Toronto shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Michael Jordan.
Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by George. Toronto trails by 4. Pass to Frazier. And so it's Michael Malone here calling timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
Toronto making a switch here. On the wing, Wade. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
And despite the defender's length, he goes right up from the mid-range.
Hey, when you trust your shot like he does, it doesn't matter how much size you're giving up. He feels the mid-range in his territory.
Shot from the mid-range. Here's Booker. Look at Booker elevate.
And with his skill, you kind of forget that Booker is 6'5" and can get to the rim with ease.
Here's Wade. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That's on Joel Embiid. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And he drops the first.
At the line for 2.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Booker looking around. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander double team. There's the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Bird's got 6 here in the quarter.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Now Bryant. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Bryant outside. Here's the pick. Up again.
Nice effort from Booker, making things hard on the shooter.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Pass to Bird. Uncovered. Got it. Bird's got 8 points.
He's turned it on here in the second quarter, getting his offensive game on track.
And Embiid with the block.
Yeah, defensively, Embiid can take over a game with his reach. Big block from him there.
Bryant, right side. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Bryant's got his second basket on the night.
And you can expect him to make it when the D is trash like that.
Now here's Booker. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Shot clock at 6. There's Booker on the attack. And Booker with the jam.
Huge slam from Booker. He really gets up off these drives.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Up top, Bryant. Puts it up from 17. Here's O'Neal. Pass to Wade. Another shot. Back to O'Neal. No one near him. And another shot. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Leading by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Toronto trails by 5. A chance to get a quick injury report.
They told me it's a collapsed lung, a serious situation, and we're all hoping that he's okay. It's a blow to a team that was hoping to be healthy coming down the stretch. It looks like their depth will be tested now.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Pass to Jordan. The shake. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And good whistle there.
And this is his second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Jordan. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Warriors. It's a 5-point game. They host the Hawks after this one. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Nice move. Oh, Giannis working inside.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
Over to the left wing. Antetokounmpo surveys. Fade away. And that one drops for him. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points this quarter.
Excellent execution coming out of the break. They've taken 3 shots and made 3 shots.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And there's the screen. Pass to Mikan. Jordan with it. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. He's got free throw attempts 4 and 5 here. Free throw's good. Jordan.
Shooting for Toronto, Michael Jordan.
And both free throws good for Jordan. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Antetokounmpo outside. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First team foul.
One of the only ways to slow down Antetokounmpo is to get physical with him. But you know what? That may not work. He is so good at absorbing contact in the paint.
Toronto trails by 9. Here's Wade. 5 points in the game. Here's Jordan. And again, Toronto, no good.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Look, when you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
Wade. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Doncic outside. Pass to Chamberlain. Oh, George with a steal. Now Jordan. He's got 6. George outside. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Jordan. Poke loose. And here's Doncic. 5 points in the game. Right side Carter. Gets a nice look. The shot's good.
And how do you guard this? It's hard to stop the turnaround Jay when it's done like that.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Here's Jordan. Cans it from the wing. Jordan's got 6 here in the quarter. Doncic with it. Hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them. Here's Carter. That's short off the rim.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Toronto trails by 6. Here's Wade. Driving in. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Wade's got 10 points in the game.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Now here's Jordan. Give him 8 points now.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And timeout is called by Michael Malone. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's McGrady. 5 points in the game. Tipped. For 3, Booker. They get it back. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. Oh, sweet move. And Irving powers it home.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, miscalculation. They are really their own worst enemy right now. It's why they find themselves way behind.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third quarter. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Toronto foul. Kobe Bryant. First personal foul. Second team foul.
So it's the home team now. And Booker cash on the 3.
Part of the evolution of Booker's game, getting consistent from deep.
Here's McGrady. No good again that time. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. And Irving powers it home.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
In transition, here they come. It's Booker in the open floor.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough.
33.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Carter. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
Substitution on the court.
Toronto trails by 15. Here's Frazier. Going inside.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've been hitting consistently from mid-range all game. It's been a big part of their offensive production in this one.
Yeah, the other thing they're doing is absolutely scorching the net. Red hot from outside all game long. Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
First team foul.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the three. Rebound Toronto.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Bryant outside. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Tips it up. It's good on the putback.
He'll be around the rim. Defense has always got to know his whereabouts.
Here's Luka. Yes, it's good.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter.
That's what you need your bigs to do. Step up and control the defensive glass.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Oh, got that one up quick.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a three like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander connects from downtown. And the Warriors lead by 13.
An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
And he makes it. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander drills a three.
Outside, inside, in between, it doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
O'Neal on the wing. Back to Bryant. Here's Frazier. Up and over Doncic. No good. A bit long that time. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. O'Neal pulls it in.
Warriors foul. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Third personal foul.
Free throw no good for Bryant.
Shooting for Toronto. Kobe Bryant. At the line for one.
Toronto trails by 14.
Substitution on the court.
Jordan with it. Launches it. It's hauled in by Robinson. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Bird missing.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Jordan misses.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Chamberlain. His first shot coming late. The offensive rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks.
If you ever had your back against the wall and had to fight back, it's your anthem. Maze of your room.